Hi everybody, Lisa Cochran from Main Street, and I'm here with Greg Kruschke. He's from the city, and he's going to answer some questions that people have been asking about our streetscape in downtown Owatonna. Good morning, Greg.
Thanks, Lisa. Glad to be here.
Yes, thank you so much. So let's talk, we're standing in front of an alley. Let's talk alley first.
Absolutely.
All right, what's the purpose of not having cars drive through here?
Yeah, so one of our big goals of downtown when we redesigned the streetscape was to really get everything to a pedestrian-friendly design. With that, recognizing that we had to have access and friendly access into the parking lots that are already behind the buildings that are half a block off. So with these alleys, we put in a lot of streetscape lighting, or the catenary lighting that goes across to light the alleys and allow you access back into the parking lots. Easy to find, easy to get to, and then within the alleys we've also got amenities. There's fixed tables in the 200 block alley. There'll be some bistro tables and chairs that are still coming forward. We've got some seating blocks in this alley, and each alley is a little bit different, but each one does have about a 6-foot path that you'll be able to walk through, coming through when the lights kick on and everything at night, and access and truly try to activate the alleys and allow people to come in and enjoy the downtown with parking, and longer term 2 to 4 hour parking back there, even into the 24-hour parking, so you can spend adequate time down here and find your way fairly easily.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I have been down here and I've seen people sitting in here eating lunch, visiting. I love it. It's just, it makes it a little more vibrant. So let's talk about this little bump out here. We're in the middle of the 200 block. So what is the purpose of this?
Yeah, so on each side of the alleys, we added removable bollards in. And so these bollards are really to prevent car access from going up and down the alleys. As we said, we want them to be pedestrian friendly and allow people to walk down. We don't want to have that interfering with vehicles. But when we have somebody that's coming in with a special load or something like that, we can allow them to remove these bollards out and still allow traffic to come through there, or if they're needed to be removed for maintenance coming through. But with that, you know, as we said, we wanted to lessen the access areas coming in, you know, so you'll see these large seating blocks here. Those are put in for multiple reasons. One is to really pinch down the street there and to narrow things down, but two, to allow just extra seating as people are hanging out, conversating on nice days, and allow them to spend some time down here. But it does protect the pedestrians as they're getting ready to cross the streets, and so these are available in every mid-block to really shorten that distance to about a 28-foot distance compared to the 60-plus feet it used to be to get across there. It's really a safety mechanism at the biggest point.
Absolutely. And talking about conversing and sitting, we're going to take a walk here. We've got lots of benches that are down here. And one thing that I've heard about the benches is people aren't sure why they're turned the way they're turned. So maybe give us a little explanation about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So all of the benches except for one that are on the street are facing towards the sidewalk. The goal being, if you're sitting on the bench, then you can talk to the people that are coming down the sidewalk and talking to them. If we face the bench the other way, you'd be facing a car that's parked right next to them, right there looking there. The one bench that is different is in front of the bank down on the south end. There is a bench that faces centered on the window that does face that, so you can enjoy the architecture that was created a long time ago. And that is our biggest tourist attraction. So we wanted to be a little different and a little deliberate there with how we did the landscaping and the benching in that area. But the benches are so you can talk to the people on the sidewalks coming in there. We don't want you looking at the street. We want you looking at the stores and talking to the people that are around there.
Absolutely. Makes perfect sense. And let's just take a little walk. So I love the benches and the aspect of just creating some community. I've also had some really positive comments about the garbage receptacles. They are both recycling and garbage, correct?
Correct.
Which I think is amazing that the city is really trying to look at that recycling part of it. And they're emptied on the daily?
Probably not daily, but as needed. The city does have a maintenance person that starts every one of his mornings down here.
Awesome.
So our maintenance person that's down here starts picking up garbage, maintaining, pulling weeds in the landscaping beds, anything that needs attention during the day. They could start the morning with that, as well as just checking the irrigation lines, making sure everything's working properly. But you know, Spencer's down here every morning starting the day, and you know, those that are down here early in the mornings, he's down here at 7 a.m. every day.
That's awesome. You can stop by and say hi to Spencer. Now, you mentioned irrigation. Somebody also asked me, who's going to water all of these plants and trees? But they do have irrigation in all of them, right?
Yeah, so each one of the landscaping beds that is here has drip irrigation lines that are strung through them. We've got controls in each of the alleys that are set up to watch that, but each one of these beds is self-maintained and they go through all the irrigation. I don't know exact times and things, but
That's
they are
awesome.
watered and they're growing. You can see that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a big change in them since they were planted. Also, receptacles in each of those little beds too. I'm hoping that maybe eventually we'll have some Christmas lights and stuff plugged in, but I know it's been helpful for Downtown Thursdays as well, with different people plugging in for lights and fans and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have receptacles in each one of the landscape beds. Those are actually on a timer. So we're able to do that. I mean, if we wanted to do holiday lights, we could do holiday lights. If we wanted to do 4th of July lights, we could do 4th of July lights. Any sort of thing that wanted to be done, we could accommodate that. They are low voltage, you know, it's very similar to a house, so you can't overload that with plugging in a food truck or anything. But on each side of the alleys, we did put in a high power power box that's able to be used for all the events and the special events that we hope to hold in the future.
I'm so excited about that. One last thing, we're on the corner here now, and here's another bump out. I'm assuming that the reason for these corner bump outs is pretty much the same as the middle of the block ones.
Yeah, it really is. It's about pedestrian safety and slowing traffic down. We really, you know, when we were here before, it was really wide. So the street width, you know, when you cross the street before, the old design was about a 60-foot, 62-foot to cross the street. It is 28 feet now across these cross-block areas. The other thing in addition to that is they're all ADA accessible routes now. It meets the cross slopes, all of the up slopes, and meets all of those ADA requirements. So everybody's able to traverse through here easily. But really slowing traffic down and pinching that in, it makes people have to slow down and really pay attention to what you're doing as you're turning coming through here. But if somebody's out there and a car comes, they're able to see it. It's right in the way of where the vehicle is going to be turning. So they're able to see the pedestrians, slow people down, make things nice and easy to cross and get through and be able to visit multiple places as you're down here enjoying it.
Absolutely, makes so much sense. All right, well, that's all the questions I have. Anything else you want to add?
No, obviously we thank everybody for their support during this project. We know that it's been a long time during construction coming through, and you know, we've still got a few more things to take care of down here that'll be happening. Next week, bike racks will be getting installed down here. That's one of the questions we've heard a lot of, is how did we leave those out? Those will be coming next week, and we've got more tables and chairs coming in. And then the big black rings that you see kind of around the mid-blocks, those will be for fountains coming in. Eventually, they probably won't be operational until next spring at this point, but you'll see some other things going on. But with that, we thank everybody's patience and glad that everybody's going to be able to enjoy this going into the future.
Absolutely, it's so exciting. If anybody wants any more detailed information, I know that you can get the whole plan. You can access it from the city website, or you can go right to the chamber website, owatonna.org, and we've got a link on there as well. So thanks everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.